For those of you that am not privileged to know, my name is Stephen Miller, and I'm with Double Diamond in Dallas, Texas. I appreciate each one of you coming out this evening. I'm happy to have with us someone who truly needs no introduction in the world of golf. It's my great honor to officially welcome Eagle Rock's newest ambassador, hailed from the great state of Pennsylvania.
That's right.
With an impressive 14 professional wins to his name. Let's give a warm
You added that.
Eagle Rock welcome to Rocco
You added
Mediate.
that. Hi.
Rocco, have a seat. Rocco, thank you for being with us and taking the time to be part of this special occasion.
I had no choice.
You didn't, but we do appreciate you being here. But your integrity, your passion for the game, and the way that you carried yourself, both on and off the course, makes you exactly the kind of person that we're proud to align our brand with. In short, man, we're glad to have you on our team.
Glad to be here.
All right.
Oh, I probably should pick this up, huh?
It should be on. Well, I know you folks didn't come out today to hear from me on a Monday, so let's get right to it. We've got a few questions lined up for Rocco to kick things off, and we're going to start out with this. Rocco, after spending the day with us here at Eagle Rock, what are your impressions of the property and your experience so far?
Let's see. So you look at stuff, you look at pictures, you read about it, whatever you want to do to learn about it, but it doesn't do it justice until you see it, which I think is kind of cool, because something this good and this, I don't know, you can't explain it because they're not going to believe you. And seeing it today, it's like, yeah, this is what it's supposed to be, but I got to see it. And we saw a lot of it. We saw most of it. We beat the weather, but from the golf course to the bocce. By the way, I'm now a professional bocce ball player. I threw how many did I throw? 4 today? No, okay.
Pretty close.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. It was fun. It was fun to meet those guys. The stables, the golf, everything was good. Went to the range, checked it all out. Beach. You kind of have everything here, which is cool. And you would never expect it to be here. But it's a small property. The 6,500 acres, I mean, you need 7,000 or it's not going to work. Just saying. It's truly amazing how big it is. It's cool. It was a blast today. So,
thank you for your kind words. Talk to us about the layout and design of Eagle Rock's golf course and what stood out to you.
Well, you can tell Mr. Palmer's the holes he built, because knowing him, you know how he does them, and he leaves the land be most of the time. He did here. We could talk about some other places, couldn't we? He did a great job here. And then you guys did a great job on the rest of the course. So it kind of meshes together nice. But it's a good golf course. I mean, we didn't play them all, but the ones we played, it was cool. It was good. No, like usually you look at a hole and you go, oh, this is stupid. But I didn't see one of those.
Well, that's great. That's great to hear.
It was good stuff.
Rocco, you've played on both the PGA Tour and now the Champions Tour. How would you compare the two experiences?
There's no comparison. The PGA Tour is the show. So we're lucky to have the Champions Tour at our age, playing for, we have 27 events, play for plenty of money, but it's quiet. I like noise and chaos, and PGA Tour provided that for me for 27 years. I missed that part, but I love, our tour is fantastic. It's just not as noisy and not as many people. But it's fantastic. I mean, really, I'm 62. I'm still playing as many events as I want to play a year. It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it, that we're still doing this stuff.
Rocco, what's one thing about professional golf that's totally different today than when you started?
Oh boy. Like I said before, it's still a cutthroat sport like any other sport, but they've made it easier to survive. College programs are flying around in jets, all the TrackMan stuff, everything is different. And not that that's bad, but it's not as, we figured it out by trial and error, hitting shots, hitting drivers off a tee and seeing which one went further. That's the one we used. We knew what the ball was doing in the air. We didn't need a machine to tell us. See, it's changed. No, not that it's bad. That stuff actually does do a lot of good for you, but it's a whole different game now. They're quieter. They're not as, Mr. Palmer taught me many things. And one was to give something back to people who in his exact words, if someone's dumb enough to come and watch you play, you should give them something back for their money. That was the exact quote. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's right. And you don't see that. There's not all of them, but you see less joy. I see less joy. And that bothers me. I see more taking too long to do certain things when it's a golf shot. It's really not a big deal, especially as good as we are. It doesn't take that long. We don't got to have every single bit of information to hit a 5-iron on the green. We don't need it. You just look and fire. But it's changed, so it's taking longer. There's more all this and all that stuff going on. It's crazy, but it's not. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just different, and it works. I love watching these kids play, but I would love to see more happy joy. I would love to see it. It's just too regimented, in my opinion. In other words, enjoy it. It's a game. They're paying us to play a game. That's insane. And we're very fortunate to be good enough to be able to do that. So you should show that more, I think.
Okay.
Now stop bothering me. I'm leaving.
Besides Eagle Rock,
Yes.
what is the greatest golf course you have ever played, and what made it so special?
My favorite tournament course that I've ever played is Riviera in the Palisades. I don't know. I just always liked George Thomas. He was the architect back in 1926, so I always liked his work. Actually, he started in Philly with White Marsh. That's where he came from. He was a very wealthy Army guy, and he built White Marsh, and he went on from there to build amazing places. It was always my favorite. I loved LA, loved the whole thing out there. So the answer I give is immediate every time I get asked that. I don't have to think, which is good for me.
Well, this is a moderated Q&A. It's not an open Q&A, but I did want to get a question from some owners, and we've already asked, and we have that question. And the question that I'm going to pose to you that came from one of our members is, what is the weirdest or funniest thing that ever happened to you during a tournament?
That's a hell of a question. Now, how am I supposed to come up with that right off the top of my head? You got to give me some time. We'll do some correspondence, maybe send a letter. I don't know. I really don't know. Is that what funniest, craziest thing?
Anything funny? They said anything funny or weird in a tournament.
What VJ? Oh, you mean after? Oh, geez. Okay, I will. This was the 2007. How much time do we have?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
So anyway, long story short, I'm playing the LA Open. I've been announcing for 3 months, and I'm like, I can still do this. I'm done with this crap. No, not 3 months, 3 tournaments. So I go to LA and I'm staying with some of my buddies there, and I'm going to play at Riv. Phone rings. Yes, sir. Mr. Palmer calls. Yes, sir. I know I didn't commit to Bay Hill. I don't deserve to be at Bay Hill. I haven't played. I'm not playing. Yeah, okay. No, I'm not. I said, I'll make you a deal. If I play good the next couple weeks, and you think I should play, I'll come play. Well, I finished 6th at Riviera, the first right out of the gate. So I get a call that Sunday night, say, Mr. Palmer, yes, sir. Yep. Tuesday, 7:30, practice round Bay Hill. Perfect. So I'm going to play the tournament. So that's not even the good part. Play the tournament. I come out of the block 64-65, leading by 2 or 3, shoot 73 in the 3rd round, get lapped a little bit. The course was nasty. It was really hard. And anyway, long story short, I go out the next day, shoot 67, low score of the day, nasty weather. I post. Okay, now I'm posted in. I'm 3 groups from the last. VJ is on 15, T. Well, I get done. I'm signing my card. I'm pretty happy with myself right now. I signed the card. Because I probably won't win, but I played good in his event. And one of my things that I hate the most, I never won Bay Hill because it's his event. It's just, he was like my second dad. So he'd come out and watch, and it was cool. Anyway, so I get done. I sign my card. Doc Giffen, who was his basically, he did everything for Mr. Palmer for 50 years, give or take, maybe more than that. He goes, hey, boss wants to see you in the cabin, which is right by 18 Green. All right. So I go down. I'm going to go sit down. And he's sitting there with himself, Dick Ferris, who was the boss of United Airlines, and a bottle of 18-year-old Macallan Scotch right in the middle of the table. Well, I drank some back then. So I sit down. Meantime, it was 85 degrees. Wind was blowing. Hadn't eaten. I never ate when I played. I didn't like to. I like to feel. I don't know what the word. I just never ate when I played. Well, you figure I got to the golf course, whatever, and I was probably there 7-8 hours by the time I started to finish, right? So I'm beat. And he goes, it's beautiful playing. He said, it looks like you're going to come up short, but great stuff. Love the way you finish it off. And he pours a, little thing. And I start sipping it, and 5 minutes later, it's gone. And it was about that much. Well, he's already had like 4. Dick Ferris had about 8. VJ Bogey's 15. I'm 2 back. He's got to play 3 holes that you can't mess up. So I drink the next one. So no, I think that put me 3 back. He bogeyed 16. Now I'm 2 back. So now I'm sitting there and I'm watching. He's not watching. We're just talking. I'm going like this. Oh my God, I'm 2 behind. Where's another drink? Par 17. Like, all right. So he drives it right on 18 in the rough. Can't reach the green. Impossible. The rough's this high. So now I'm sitting there, and as he's pouring the other one, I said, well, what are you doing? He goes, what do you mean, what am I doing? As I take a sip, of course. Put it back down. And VJ lays it up, because you have to. So he's got 2 on me. So I'm going, if he makes double, can you drive me to 18T for the playoff? And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, look at the TV. And he goes, oh my gosh. And VJ hits it on the green about 30 feet from the hole. So he's probably going to 2-putt. But if he hits it in the lake, I win. Okay, but he didn't. So he hit it on the green. He goes, what are you drinking all this for? What don't you see? I said, what do you mean? He 2-putts, I lose by 1. Everything was fine. But could you imagine? I was like, it was only So that was one of the funniest things that could have happened. Because could you see him? First of all, he's going to be trying to drive me out to the thing. He can't drive. And anyway, so that was one of the, but I had a lot of fun with him. We spent a lot of time together. I've spent a lot of time in his office getting yelled at. And he watched, like I said, I was lucky. He watched me hit balls for hours at times, just asking me to do so. It was great. So yeah, he is missed, but he's still here. I still feel like he's around somewhere. He's always watching.
Rocco, over your career, you've played against the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the toughest competitor you ever faced, not named Tiger Woods? We'll get to him in just a minute.
Well, Tiger was the guy, obviously, but there's so many great players. I never played with like Watson or Trevino in their heyday, but Norman I did. He was pretty nasty. Old Greg, he was good. Faldo I did. They were all like, that's why they were the great ones. They did things differently, but all the guys, there's so many guys on my era from 86 to 2013 that were really, different ways. Freddie was outstanding. Davis was one of the few people that actually would intimidate me hitting his ball. No one else did, because he could do things you're like, how can you do it? It was genius stuff, but those two, Norman and Faldo I played with a lot over the years. Seve was nails. He was really, but he was cool. He was really nice. But most guys were nice. Some guys did the gamesmanship crap, but then you told them to stop it, and they'd stop it. But Tiger's like, obviously, I don't think there was anyone ever better, so.
Okay. Well, finally, Rocco, walk us through the 2008 U.S. Open at Torrey Pines. Start wherever you'd like, from the days leading up to that unforgettable playoff to the moment it all came down to sudden death.
I'm going to keep it very simple. I lost. No, it was a crazy week, but I was starting to play nicely coming into that Open, and Open's all about point A to point B, efficiency. And I was driving really well, and I knew where my ball was going. So I felt like I would play good. I felt like I could play good at Torrey. Torrey was a brick, ball was moving out there, so the length didn't bother me. And all of a sudden, I started to play good and kept driving in the fairway, sitting on the greens, all that stuff. And, it just, I don't know where you want me to kind of start or finish, but that whole week was a week of like nothing really great happened, and only one bad hole happened when I made a double bogey on 15. That's the only time I made more than a bogey, which is good. But that's going to happen. So it's like, it was I think it was on Saturday. Yeah, it was on Saturday. But that's okay. And the opens are made, that's what happens at opens. But knowing he was there, like the last 2 rounds, I played right behind him. So I watched all this shenanigans going on. And it was fun to be there and be a part of it. Knowing that, he was hurt, right? But you knew he was going to be around. It's like Sunday, when I came out Sunday, I was second to last group, and I think I parred 1 and birdied 2, I think. And he made a 7 on 1. And I think he bogeyed 2. He played the first 4 holes for the week 9 over and won the golf tournament. That's just insanity. But as soon as he starts out that way again, Matthew, my caddy, goes, look at that. I went, oh, that's not going to matter. And up to the end. At the end, he will be around. So don't think he's going away. And he was around. So I knew that was going to happen. The putt he made didn't surprise me at all. Everyone's like, oh, my God, it's Tiger. Those things happen. The great players do those things. The other normal players do not. So if anybody else has that putt, I'm telling them to hurry up and get off the green so I can get my trophy. Get off. You're not going to make it. Just get off. Take 2 putts, walk. But it was him. So you're like, yeah, we're playing tomorrow. And we did play tomorrow. We certainly did. And that was the most fun I've ever had playing golf in the history of well, you can't have more fun. Because all of you out there were expecting the decimation. You could say it. It's okay. It's all right. You can say it. But I was not. So when I woke up Monday, I knew in my heart that I could beat this guy because I loved playing with him, you see. If you were worried about what he brings to the tournament, what did I say I liked a lot before? Chaos. What does Tiger bring to the event? Chaos at the nth degree. So that made me better. I got into it more because he brought chaos. And he's destroyed a lot of careers with the chaos. And a lot of you probably know what I'm talking about. So I enjoyed that, and he knew that I knew that. He knew that. So I look at it this way. I said it a million times. I was talking to a guy writing a book about it, another book, and he said, I said, you know what was weird about Monday? What's that? Not one fist pump. Not one. I counted 8 times he had a shot at it. Now, why is that? Is it respect? Probably not. It's he knew that I did not care that it was him. Because he couldn't stop me from doing anything, only I could. Now, unless we're going to get in a fist fight, I'd have an issue. But we weren't. We're just trying to kill each other on the golf course. So nothing he did affected anything that I did. It's not supposed to. And a lot of people find that odd to hear, but it's fact. So I played some of my best golf of my career whenever I played with him. Because I liked it. Yeah, was he going to beat me? More than likely. I'm not stupid, but not all the time. He didn't beat me all the time. And that's what was the most. How much fun is it going up against the best, besides the major record, which he'd have had if he didn't get hurt 94 times. It's fun going up against the best, see what you got. Of course he's going to beat you most of the time. He's supposed to. But that doesn't mean anything if you don't believe it. So, but the playoff was, I was so sad. I was sad that I lost, but I was sad that we couldn't keep playing. It was so much fun. Because every shot was like, there were 35,000 watching 2 guys. And it was loud. The stands on 18, we teed off at 9, the stands on 18 were full at 9 a.m. waiting. Which is insane. Now, trust me, it wasn't because I was there. So he brought to the table things that we'll never see again. You can think what you want, believe what you want, it will not happen. He won at 40% clip, Johnny? Yeah, 40% clip. Not even close. What's happening with Scheffler now is genius. It's not even the same sport. that Tiger played than what we're seeing with Scotty. And Scotty is magnificent. Magnificent. But it puts it to rest when you say, Scotty can tie Tiger's world #1 ranking if he stays there for, 8 more years? 8. Think about that. He has already been there 3. And he's going to be there as long as he, feels like he can be there as far as physically, and his game is genius. 8 more years, he'll kind of be around that zone. It's insane. Insane. So it was fun growing up, being in that, his heyday, really. It was so cool. He made us all better. Or he made us all worse. Some of them he made worse. Made me better. For sure.
Well, Rocco,
but I still lost. All the replays, every single time I lose. We got to work on an AI thing, Johnny's, where his putt lips out. It just lips out. Yeah. No. Anyway, I wouldn't trade it for a second.
Well, Rocco, thank you for sharing your time.
Oh, no problem.
Your stories and your insights with all of us today. It's been a genuine pleasure, and we're grateful to have you as part of the Eagle Rock family.
I love it.
And to each of you, thank you for coming out and for continuing to help shape the spirit and community that makes this place so special.
It is cool.
Feel free to stick around, but let's hear it for Rocco.
Yo, stop it. Fun stuff.